Oh man, never a dull moment here at Cave Run Lake. Beautiful scenery, amazing place. Hey, I've got some good tips for you. Stick around and check them out. Michael Scott, Scotty Man Photo, back here at Cave Run Lake near Morehead, Kentucky. This is an area I know well. I've been to many times. It's one of my favorite places to photograph, actually. Just enjoy this location. It's just good scenery, good background, interesting foregrounds, opportunities to shoot. I actually captured a composition right here once before. It had a beautiful red lit sky. I'll show that image right here. It's one of my favorite images. Anyway, I was really torn, conflicted between two different compositions and kind of not sure what the sky was going to do and whether it was going to light up in one area or the other. So there were interesting elements to both compositions, but I had to make a choice because to shoot this composition, I had to get down on this lower level, which required me to hike around to the other side. So I had to make that choice and get set up. So anyway, I did make the choice, and I'm stuck with the results. But I'll let you be the judge of this image, and you tell me what you think. But anyway, regardless, I enjoyed the morning. It was beautiful. It was a pleasure to be out, and it was very exciting. Anyway, I share some tips here I hope you enjoy. Well, I'm kind of conflicted between two compositions. Kind of the one here is okay, but I don't think that sky is going to light up. So I was kind of hanging out a little bit and see if those clouds might fire up. They might, but I don't think so. But then another in kind of this direction here, I think there's some cloud coverage back there and leading lines on kind of the rock's edge. So I was thinking about maybe something along those lines. And there's some lightning in those clouds too, so interesting. Well, nevertheless, I think I'll just kind of scout around here and see what I can get into. I have to say, I really enjoy these lake settings. Just nothing better than a good rocky lake scene. It's a great way to spend your morning just enjoying yourself and being one with nature. And the photography's pretty nice too, but who am I kidding? It's really about enjoying yourself and being out in nature, isn't it? Well, so the composition I'm looking at, it's difficult. I've got nice clouds, and I've kind of got this leading line of the beach, rocky scene, but the image lacks balance. I don't have anything kind of on the lower left-hand side of the image, and therefore it lacks balance. And I don't think that's going to be the best image. So I'm going to look around a little bit more and see if I can line up a composition here. We'll see. I think in situations like this, you have to just kind of move around and scope out the area and look at all elements in the foreground. You know, I think it comes down to the basics. Try to find balance, a balanced image, an equal distribution of interesting items, and then you have to kind of find an anchoring point. What's that point in your image that really is going to hook the viewer and pull them into your image, and then leading lines, areas of interest that kind of help the viewer move around your image so that they actually spend a little time looking at your image and kind of leaving themselves saying, wow, yeah, that's interesting. And I think a good image always makes one ask questions. So yeah, I think it's just moving around the scene and trying to line up different elements of the composition to bring interest to it. So that's what I'm doing. And in situations like this view catcher, I think, is awesome. to try to line up your composition before you even break your camera out. Well, I've got a composition. It's and I'm going to use this tree to bring balance to the image in the lower left-hand section of the frame, and then kind of the rocks and the leading lines. And I've got a nice, beautiful pink hue to the sky right now, and I really want to get my lens out and get this. So, yeah, I'm going to go for it. Shooting this at f11 at about 1/4 of a second, so I know I didn't bring my knee pads. What can I say? I was on a plane. Always watch your placement of your feet. You could be stepping on a rock that teeters your tripod and not even know it. I wish there was more cloud coverage. There is an option. I mean, shooting wide, and right now I'm at 22 millimeters, so shooting wide makes the clouds in the background very small. I could get back further with a longer lens and compress the scene and actually make everything bigger, but bring the foreground and the background closer together, and makes everything look bigger. So well, I should say, at least makes the background look bigger. With a wide angle, you can really accentuate the tree, and that's clearly my main subject. The tree is my main subject, so yeah, it's kind of a trade-off. I like the clouds, but I'm not sure they're really gonna, I mean, I really like a really contrasty, colorful sky, but I think this is okay. Gonna kind of wait here a little bit and see if the clouds kind of fill out a little bit more with light. It's pretty nice right now though. Considering a polarizer, but I think I'll forego that. I think I like the kind of the real reflective light off of the water, so kind of provides some lines as I see it now, and lines, leading lines, always good. Yeah, hey, let me share this tip with you, and I know I mentioned this before, but always important. When you're looking through the viewfinder, always do oh, I gotta get off my knee. Always do an inspection of your frame and kind of the 360 view, where you start in one corner and just kind of go through the edges of the frame to make sure there's no distracting elements or anything that's coming into the frame that you don't intend to crop out. I mean, you don't want to Photoshop things out if you don't have to. Well, I'm going to focus stack these images. I'm shooting at 22 millimeters at f11, and by my depth of field calculator, the hyperfocal distance for this is 5 feet. So I'm about 6 feet away from this tree. So the hyperfocal distance will, if I shoot to that, will give me half of the distance, so 2.5 feet to infinity, in acceptably sharp focus. So acceptably sharp, I mean, yeah, that might do it. When you're shooting wide like this, you tend to not notice the sharpness issues, but as I always say, it's digital photography, so you can easily capture 2 or 3 focus points, and that can allow you to put those together in Photoshop later if you want. So at least you have options, and I think that's what's important, is having options. Personally, I like shooting to the hyperfocal distance. I think it gives you an idea of where you're at, and to be mindful of focus, and I think that's what's really important. More boats. Everybody's boating today. Oh, next time I'm bringing my knee pads on the plane, even if I have to wear them on. All right, as exciting as this morning has been, it's time to call it quits. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. I think I've done all I can do here. I think I'm going to have at least one image I'll be happy with. So yeah. But anyway, hey, if you liked today's video, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And as always, if I don't see you down the road, maybe I'll see you on the trail.